like Dave
We are
Chappelle.
live, by the way.
Oh, is he?
Yeah.
Back in the day, Dave Chappelle was like a sidekick. Like he'd come on and just be a side co-host.
For who?
It was
Dave Chappelle?
for Howard Stern. He got Dave Chappelle to sit in on one of his shows and just be like a commentator.
Hmm.
Funniest thing, dude, because you got to hear a whole nother perspective of shit. But hey, what's up, homies? We're back.
What up, boys? Welcome back. Welcome back. Wednesday. I mean,
Did
there's
you
not
just
much topics, but we got a
did,
topic.
did you stay up till 3 a.m. to watch Shanghai?
I mean, I watched it. Yeah, I watched some of it. I couldn't do the stream though. The stream was a little bit much, but I watched like probably like the
Like,
first fight of the main card up until that, and I
oh, okay,
knocked out.
you were prelim game then.
I was prelim gang. I'm saying
Oh, you were.
I missed like the main event, which actually was like not a big deal, because the main event kind of like was like a dud.
Yeah.
I mean, with that little leg kick bullshit, like, I was just happy I got to watch the Charles Johnson finish. That was like my
Yeah.
highlight of that card. Like, as long as I saw that, I was like, okay, I didn't miss
You know
anything
what?
too crazy.
You know what's crazy too is like I forgot who reported. They said that okay, man. Here's my thing. So we were talking about Paramount last time,
Hmm.
right? Are they
Yeah.
seriously making fighters pay to go fucking fight in other countries?
What do you mean?
Like the UFC, they're not paying for their board and their flight to get to the fight.
No, they pay for their flight and board, but it's
Airfare?
like limited to it's like the fighter and like two coaches, and then anyone else you want to bring to
Mhm.
facilitate that win, you got to pay for that.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
No, because I mean I read the report a report where it said Charles Johnson basically like had zero in the bank leading up to that fight.
Hmm. Did
That's
he?
crazy.
Did Charles say that anywhere though? Because
I
I
don't know
mean,
if he said it, and I don't know if he confirmed it. I saw it was reported.
yeah, because I saw, but I also saw some comments of people saying like Charles also put it out there. Like I just am not a fan of like Ariel and Charles's manager like discussing his finances.
Yeah, I'm kind of low key on that same tip too, bro. Like,
Like
don't
the
put
first thing that's what you put out when he gets the win. Like he was
was
broke. It's just like
yeah, was it
it's a
real?
weird
Yeah.
way of like. I guess he's trying to. My guess for Ariel is like he's trying to put this storyline out there so that he can ask him to come on this week and then like basically talk about it there, and then people know the backstory so that it hypes up the interview.
Yeah,
Charles
that's
Johnson's
pretty
coming
cool.
on, and then they know in the back of their mind, oh, he was broke. Ariel's probably gonna ask him about being broke, but it's like I don't know. It's just kind of weird. Like
Yeah,
it's like
I
damn, Charles Johnson just knocks this guy out, and then it's like, he's got like $5 in his bank account. It's just like, I mean, I don't know. Like, how about talking about the technicality of the KO? How about talking about like how the guy was like grappling him? He might have gotten a little bit tired, left his hands down, got caught. Like, I mean, we could go so many different ways with it. Knockout of the year candidate, but it's just like you're just going with what his manager also fed you. His manager's
yeah,
come. I think his manager's trying to get him on the show that way. Hey, let's have Charles Johnson on. Here's the angle. He's broke. It's just a little bit weird to me.
yeah. I wouldn't want my business out there like that.
Hmm.
Even if
Um,
it was to like get me more views, I don't know. I'd have a hard time swallowing that one. But I mean, he got money in his pocket right now, so that he got the win. So
he
he
got the
really.
win, but I mean, I guess it speaks to a bigger problem too, a little bit, which is here's my biggest thing. I feel like these guys, if you can't average 10K a month, that's why like when I used to want to be like a UFC fighter when I'm young, right? And I used to think like, mom was like, how much do those guys make then? And I'm like, I don't know, like I think like 50,000 or some shit like that, like per fight. That's what I would have thought. And then I
Yeah,
looked it up, and it was like fucking 12K or something like that. It could be 6K, and then 6K. Like, so you could only walk away with 6K. You feel me? If you lose,
yeah,
like, I was like, what was I gonna say? Once I realized that like, because I also analyzed the fact of like, in an ideal circumstance, you need about 3 months for a training camp. To prepare for a world class opponent in the UFC, you need about 3 months. So how are you gonna make 12K in 3 months? And you're gonna be a professional athlete? Like that doesn't even justify. Like I could make 12K in 3 months working at McDonald's, probably more. Like a shift leader at McDonald's makes more than 12K a month.
yeah,
So like I'm just putting it out there like a little initial thought of when I was younger and I thought I wanted to be a UFC fighter, I thought they make 50K. And once I realized that they don't even average 10K, like you don't even get 30K per fight, like bare minimum base pay, I was like it's not worth it. Like I needed like that's the goal, right? Everybody wants to make 10K a month, right? That's kind of like a big goal for people. So like that's why I did the math. I was like, that don't compute. Like I got to figure out something else. You know what I'm saying? Then I go to school and shit like that. Think about media. I'm like, okay, there's some journalists that make about 10K a month. It's not starting, but I figure when you're risking your health and your well-being, you know what I mean, and like injuring your body, it's not worth $12,000.
Right.
It's not even worth anything below 10K a month.
Yeah. Unless you're just a crazy fighter.
What do you mean?
Like, some fighters are just, that's all they know.
Yeah, but if you just want to fight aside from the money, but we're talking about a professional sport, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I don't know. I find it odd.
What I'm saying is, there's some fighters that don't think that far.
No, they don't, because they just like to fight, right?
Right.
But I mean, it's just like, how in this day and age is that still a thing? That was about 10 years ago, and I'm trying to figure out my career path.
Yeah. It is though. It is. Hey, so what were you gonna bring up?
This is what I just brought up.
No. You were gonna say something else.
I want to know your thoughts on fighter pay. This is what we're talking about right now.
Oh, I mean, my thoughts. Don't yell at me.
I'm bringing up a topic, and you're like, yeah. So what were you gonna bring up?
No, I mean, yeah. It's. I think we were talking about.
Is Charles Johnson making good money? Should this be happening to people?
No.
So let's talk about it.
Yeah, I was on the let's just say the initial story. I was like, man, bro, like, it's a prime example of fighter pay, prime example of like these fighters living paycheck to paycheck, putting their livelihood on the line. If they get a win, if they get a bonus, yeah, they get to kind of increase that, but hopefully with the Paramount deal, that some of these guys get to make a living, and not to have to scrape by and all those things that cost in between, because even some of those fighters too, in between the training camps, you got if you're trying to get to that next level, there's nutritionists, other coaches that you're trying to bring in, fighters that you're trying to bring in to help train you. That all costs money. So even let's say they get 100 for a fight, maybe it charged them 30 for that training camp.
Investments in all the kind of stuff, ice baths, all kinds of stuff, supplements,
all kinds of stuff. Right. Not including even your family, like expenses, just fighter expenses. And those top 15 guys, I mean, they're getting a little bit more than the average guy, but I think the top 15 guys are probably getting what, 50K a fight?
Yeah, I guess some of them. We don't always know, but I mean, let me just look at Charles Johnson on Tapology real quick, because this is.
So let me ask you this: the homie Dumas, for his upcoming fight, you think he's gonna get 50?
He might get about 50.
Because he's not ranked.
Yeah, he might get about. It's weird. Like, I don't know how these guys like justify their earnings, right? Because I was gonna say, this is my point too, right? It's a good question that you have too, because it's like SD Dumas, how much do I think he'll get? I think with his amount of fights he's had, right, he should get about 50, like at least 25, right? He probably won't make 100, but he's got to be on at least that 25 and 25. But with that being said, Charles Johnson has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 fights in the UFC. This is my point, is like a 12-fight UFC veteran. He's going in on his 12th fight. He has 11 racked up already. He fought in March. That's like less than 6 months removed. Like, how the fuck is this guy broke? Coming off a 4-fight win streak, he goes on a 4-fight win streak, right? Suffers a loss. So that's 4 fights where you get both checks. All later in your career, you already knocked off 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So you got to be on your second contract when you went on this 4-fight win streak. How are you broke? How much are they paying you? I mean, like, we don't know, but like, that speaks to it. I would imagine a guy like this has got to be getting like almost around 100 now. I mean, he's 11 fights in.
Yeah, I would assume as well. And
is it a spending problem?
Well, I mean,
We'll never know.
We'll never know. But I was thinking about this too. Like, if you were to start the year as a fighter, trying to just make 100K, so you're thinking in your mind, man, I'm trying to get 25 to 50 per fight. I need to fight 4 times this year to survive. That would be my mindset, like December, right?
Right.
Like, or let's just say October. Like, dude, manager, like, hey, do we got anything booked? I need to fight in January.
Yeah.
Like, hey, and that's not even that's telling yourself, hey, I'm not going to get injured. You know, my opponent's not going to get injured, because that happens too. There's things out of your Nursultan,
things get delayed and all kinds of things.
Look at Nursultan. Like, I'd be pissed at Brian Battlebaum. Whoa, like, you just fucked up my paper.
Exactly, because he also just your bag.
Right.
But he also just paid for that training camp, was what I was going to say.
Yeah. And so, like, these are all things you have to put into the equation too. And you're right too. Like, and you get to a point, like, when you start becoming like, the walking Buckley, where you get, okay, I can take a little bit of a breather. I got a little bit of money that I'm because I'm making a little bit more money too. I can take a break where so much pressure isn't on me. But you're still now understanding bigger expenses, right? Because it's almost like fighting like the UFC game.
Yeah.
Where you win a fight and the shorts cost more and the
You're
whole
spending your whole check on bullshit like fucking upgrades.
Right. It's almost the same thing in real life.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like it should just be so cut and dry. Like, even back 10 years ago, what I was thinking, I feel like it could still stand today. The guys need to come into the UFC and just sign on a $50,000 deal. I guess where I would say why it doesn't happen, would you agree or disagree with me that, like, or do you think a lower number should be had? A fighter should come in onto the UFC with a 25 and 25 contract. That way they can know if worst comes to worst and I lose 4 fights, I still walk out with 100 bands. What do you think? Is that too high or too? What would you say?
No, I think that's. If you're just starting in like, I don't even
know. First
what
contract.
What are the Dana White Contender Series guys getting?
6 and 6.
Fuck, that's crazy. That's crazy because those rights they have on ESPN blowing that out of the water. Like,
we're talking billions.
Yeah, we are talking billions.
We're not talking millions.
Yeah, we're talking billions. That's crazy, bro.
The point is millions. The point is millions.
Yeah, that's like crumbles. Like a fucking.
It's less than crumbles, bro. It's like we're talking like fractions of percentages.
Yeah, that's
12 bands is a fraction of a percentage. But I would say, and I've said this I think in the past, a lot of those guys that come in off Contender Series, they don't deserve more than 12K. It's shit talent. Some talent is good coming off the Contender Series. Don't get me wrong. You've had the O'Malley's, you had the Jamal Hill, but look at both of them, right? They both got the world title, but look at them now.
Yeah,
were they guys who could and they're kind of in the middle of their prime. Like Sean O'Malley got everybody's argument. He got coasted to it. He got that smooth road. Once he had to start defending that title against everybody, it just hasn't worked out for him. Jamal Hill, same type of thing. They didn't say he got the smooth road, but he got there are things like he beat Glover Teixeira, who retired after that fight. Yeah. So it's like the Contender Series guys, they don't deserve 50 bands. I think they got to bring in better level talent, but I don't know. This is just my thing.
And I would say this, because the more I started thinking about the UFC and the Paramount deal, the more I started realizing, I was like, okay, the NFL is like the emblem and the shine off that logo is so big, but it's only really big in the United States. Yes, there's 150 million people that might watch the Super Bowl or something, right?
Yeah.
And I really started thinking about it. I was like, all right, but the UFC has that worldwide audience. It does change some things. It kind of did change my perspective how I looked at the UFC. I was like, if the average NFL just guy that's on the roster, bro, like he's not even a starter. I think it's like a third string or something.
Yeah.
I think the minimum pays $180K.
And
just to put your life at risk, because those third stringers could still get paralyzed. Something could happen to them. Every day there's an injury in the NFL. Right now, training camp started. We have the preseason games that there multiple people gone for the rest of the season.
The bench players. make enough.
They're gonna have 180K coming in minimum. Some of those second string guys, they're 500 to a million, right?
Mm-hmm.
But because it's $1 billion industry where the UFC is at, and they don't have. I don't.
Well,
think
they say. I think what they say is the difference is that there's the revenue share, right? There's like a split, the players' union, with the NFL, which the UFC it doesn't exist. So there's no.
They don't have it.
There's no
And they don't want it to
benefactor.
exist.
Well, the
And they don't
fighters
want
can
it-
never get together. They can never all collectively sign.
And they don't want it. They don't want them to do that.
The UFC doesn't want them to do that.
Right.
Of course, the UFC doesn't. But I guess if the UFC or fighters in theory were to band together, they could probably make a change. But they haven't even gotten that far.
Yeah.
To test the UFC to like see where they would play their hand next.
To push them, yeah.
You know, like imagine that John Jones type petition with like collective bargaining. I think that's what
Right.
it's called, right? Collective bargaining. UFC doesn't have that.
Yeah, that's so funny that the petition, John Jones.
Yeah, but I mean, if you say 180K, right, in NFL, that makes sense. These guys, like, it's just like, first off, I think it's an image thing. Like, does the UFC really want me to keep talking about this? Because I'm not gonna stop. It's your image. Like, you could shell out the 50. We just said 12K and 12K is fractions of percentages. 50 ain't that much higher. That's like 3xing it. Okay, a little bit more than 3xing it. So, like, I mean, I would just want to save my image first and foremost. Like, to have it out there that people could be signed to the biggest promotion in the world for a respective sport and they won't be able to make a living. Like, imagine a girl coming over, right? And you're like, hey, I'm a UFC fighter. And she's like, damn, like, fuck yeah, like, hell yeah. Like, she'd be calling you every weekend, like, hey, let's go out. And she finds out you're kind of broke.
Right.
You know, because you got to be real, like, hey, I got rented up this month, you feel me, blah, blah, blah. And she's like, damn, like, I thought you were, like, a UFC fighter, though. And you're like, yeah, but I just got signed. Like, I actually, like, just made my first fight. I only made, like, 12K. Had to give away, like, 4K to my manager. It's just, like, a weird image thing. Like, how do you fucking compute that? And that is dudes today. Unless you get a 50K
100%.
bonus, you are that. I just fucking said your situation. You
And
went
that's
out and got
crazy.
a girl because you're a UFC fighter and she found out you're broke.
And that's crazy that it's like 50K's like, whoa, 50K.
50, I mean, it would be kind of sick, right? It would be like, it's not that much though, because 100 bands in today's day and age is probably even negative. You know, you could probably only live in an apartment.
Especially when every time they go to the press conference, what do they say? Oh, we broke records. Broke the
gate, blah 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 blah.
Merchandise, pay-per-view. Oh my God, fucking, we made so much money this weekend.
Crazy.
Be glad you're getting 50K.
And see how they kind of almost, like, the fighters, I don't even know if they'll realize this, but I almost just had an epiphany. Think about it, right? I'm calling for a minimum purse 50K, but then that's what, like, the 50K bonus is. So, like, the 50K bonus would almost have to be, like, morphed if you give the minimum purse as, like, a 50K.
Oh, yeah, bro, they easily.
These guys are begging for 50K, right? On the mic after their fights, begging for it. When I'm sitting here right now telling you, that should be, like I told you, I thought that was the norm. I found out it wasn't. I'm like, dude, fuck being a UFC fighter. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? National television, like worldwide headlines, and I'm making like 12K? No, thank you. I'll go to school. Not worth it. You asked me if I wanted to bring something up. I'm not sure what you wanted me to bring up, but I could bring the main topic up if you'd like.
Okay.
MMA Guru. Well, not MMA Guru. We'll start with Rampage Jackson assaulting the pro wrestler.
Okay. I was watching the video before this video. They're in the park.
The lead up to it. The lead up to it. Yeah.
They're in a park. They're in a parking lot, and I'm seeing the guy like slam bottles on his head. I'm assuming that was like for a promo.
Yeah.
Is that what it was?
Well, no, no. Well, I can give you like multiple takes here.
Okay.
You're asking me the question: was it for a promo? Initial reaction: I thought no. I kind of thoroughly believe this whole thing. The more I watch it, though, I'm gonna be real with you. I haven't put it out there anywhere, but the more I watch it, a few times it's crossing my mind like, is this fake? Like, I almost feel like Raja like leaned into the fucking like can a little bit. When you guys, whoever's watching, rewatch it, like Raw just sees the guy coming with the can. I don't know. He didn't move. I think it looks a little staged now, but I don't know. I believed it at first sight. Now I'm starting to second guess it. I also think when Rampage and his son were talking on the phone, if you saw that clip where Rampage was like, I heard you got like beat up on by a guy with tights and shit like that. It's like all this stuff is syncing up with the time. Yeah, like how's your dad streaming with Sneeko and he hasn't enough time to call you right before you go in and like do your work on this guy? Like some of these things, the phone calls and stuff, I'm like looking back.
Too coincidental.
I'm thinking back, like looking at it, like damn, Rampage isn't a good actor. That thought crossed my mind. I'm like, wait, is Rampage acting? Because if he is, this isn't good. I feel like he's acting.
Yeah. Now I will say this though, when he got in the ring, because then they try to say that there was animosity, and so the story was almost like, okay, there was animosity, and Roger like took it personal.
Yes, with the can, right? With the can,
right? Yeah, and then but some other, I think there was something else too that he was like, he had said something to him, and like he was like, nah, he was like, he was playing a part, and then when he got into the cage, that he just kind of went, black.
Mm-hmm.
What
blacked out.
Black out. Yeah, like he just blacked out and just started just going out because he did fuck. Now I'm pretty sure that was real.
I'm pretty sure that was real.
Right. Because he was hitting them.
Mm-hmm. I almost am wondering, like, did all that bullshit get to him? Like all the fake like talking shit get to him? I don't know. It's hard to say. I'm gonna lean towards it was all real.
I want to lean into that it started off as a gimmick, and then the ultimate result was the homie just like lost it for whatever reason inside that cage.
Maybe the only reason he could explain. I do kind of like that narrative too, because that's what it seems like. It seems like it might have started off as some bullshit, but like I feel like whatever bullshit happened, it like got to him somehow.
Yeah.
Like you know how they're like, hey, call me and troll me, right? And then, like, it got to him. Like, it was supposed to be a play.
Like, where you, like, kind of hit a little bit below the belt. We're like, oh, hell nah, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, I'll show you then. Like, I'll show you. All right.
It's like, okay, how about this, right? They're saying it's a work, blah, blah, blah. And then I feel like, hear me out on this one.
Uh-huh.
Maybe, like, they knew it was staged, right? But it's almost like Roger took it as, oh, they don't think I'll actually do it, though. Like, they think I'm bitch. Like, they're daring me to do it. Like, oh, you don't think I'll do it? Like, you think I'm a bitch if I don't do it? Okay. Right. He almost got it twisted. You know what I mean? Like, I almost feel like he was feeling like his dad and the chat were calling him a bitch, even though he knew what he came there for. And he started believing what the people were saying.
Yeah, no.
Because he even said, he's like, watch what I do. My dad can't ever call me a bitch. And so that was in his head, and then, boom, enters the ring.
Yeah.
Yeah,
no, yeah. What's crazy too was like, this was like some low level wrestling thing, right?
Yeah.
Like, do you think he got paid $1,000?
I mean, I wouldn't think he got paid anything.
I mean, let's just say put a minimum out there, like 500 to 1,000. Like that's the first thing in my mind. I was like, how much were you getting paid for even to be at this event? Like, what did this all? Because I'm assuming Rampage's son is trying to build up his career.
Mm-hmm.
Right? And, I saw the initial reaction too, where it was like, hey, my son should have never have been in there. He's an MMA fighter.
Mm-hmm.
Like, what do you kind of expect to happen? You put an MMA fighter in there with wrestling, but what you're saying too is like, I agree with like, he got in there for whatever reason, just lost it and just couldn't it went overboard.
Went overboard.
Because if you would have killed that, I mean, we're talking a whole different manslaughter. He's in handcuffs.
Mm-hmm. I think it was the shit talk or something. I don't know.
Because
it was more than what I feel like it was. Even let's take it like this too and say, maybe like honestly, let's say it wasn't bullshit. Because I feel like we've been going on that narrative of like, maybe this was a setup, right? Or at least initial setup, and then it turned into something serious. I'll even go another route with it and say something like, maybe it was even real from the start, right? That was real. The can smashing and everything was real, right? But then, like, if you saw some things like Raja and him shook it out. They agreed,
Right.
like, okay, we'll go settle it in the ring. Maybe Raja didn't have the intent there, but again, from the chat, from the phone call from his dad a couple minutes before, that shit hyped him up to where it's like, okay, I'm not gonna be a bitch anymore, you know.
Yeah.
But somewhere
Yeah.
down the line, I think the chat and his dad were like almost played more of a factor in how bad Stu got a beat down than Stu's actions in itself. It's like Stu made a quick action, a little bullshit action, and then all that, like, you won't, you didn't do anything about that, you didn't stick up for yourself, you just got head kicked the other day too, another L. I think all that pissed him off more than the actual incident. And if that's the case, you cannot be a live streamer. You're gonna crash out again.
Yeah. You know, it's I was this. You know what this made me think about too is some of those episodes of Dark Side of the Cage.
Mm-hmm.
Like some of these dudes, bro, like they're violent. You know, like we saw some extreme violence on a or you know, wrestling is more set up. It's more stage. It's more, you know, theatrics, I guess you could say. That's why if you watch the UFC, you're watching UFC because you know, hey, these dudes are about to go in there and hey, they're gonna handle some business.
Mm-hmm.
The WWE, you know, I've never been a WWE fan. First of all,
I was when I was a kid.
yeah. See, I'm never, bro. Never like, nah, I'm good.
Like fourth,
Like a
fifth grade, I liked it.
I never in my life that I like it.
Okay.
It wasn't until I got older I was like, I even saw it for what it was. I was like, oh, this is just like a novella. This is just like a drama thing where they have it all staged. But when I watched Dark Side of the Cage, I was like, some of these dudes were crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Some of these dudes were about it, bro. Like, and they kept pushing the limits, jumping off tables, using razor wires. You know, that like I was like, all right, some of these dudes are like actually in there like getting, you know, fucked up.
Yeah, they do get fucked up. It's partly real.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Some of the damage they take.
Right. They're to an extent, right? Especially to, like the guys that are jumping off the like making it higher, like those guys are like adrenaline rush you know, guys, you know?
Mm-hmm.
They don't care about pain. They'll keep fighting through it. And I think it was that one I'm gonna forget his name off the top of my head where he hit the reporter because the reporter tried to tell him it was fake.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about?
To save the image. Yeah.
Well, I don't even but he took it personal.
Well, because
Like,
the reporter was basically putting their business of like, yeah, he did. Go ahead. You say the point.
Yeah, no, that he took it personal. Like, all right, I'm gonna show you. There's some guys you just don't mess with in real life because they will go over the line.
Mm-hmm.
They don't care about the repercussions. They don't care about the penalties that are gonna happen. You're challenging their manhood almost.
Mm-hmm.
You challenge someone's manhood, you're gonna really you could see some violence.
Right.
You know, when you're not like, you know, if we're thinking about the Rocks of the world, the John Cena's on the world, they ultimate professional because they know that this is all a gimmick.
Especially if that camera's rolling. Especially.
Right. And, they're bona fide actors, right? Yeah, like you said, there's some pain. There's, you know, there's something, but they're not gonna really cross the line.
Right.
You know,
to like great bodily harm intentionally. You know what I mean?
right. With anger
But they'll
inside
basically
them.
push up to that point.
Yeah, to sell it.
Right.
Like even The Rock now, I think he's turning heel, right?
Yeah.
And that's almost all the time with these guys. You play this role, you play that role. Now, in this instant, I agree with you. I think his manhood was tested on multiple levels, and he just went in there and just was like, he let it out.
He let it out. It's been festering. I think it had been festering. Maybe, you know, his dad's bullshit is a little bit much for him, and he plays it cool. I saw a clip. Let me just throw this one out there because we're speaking about what maybe it could be. Rampage on his stream last night said that his son hasn't been the same since. I didn't know this, so just brace yourself. Since his mom got murdered.
Damn, I didn't know that either.
I didn't know that either. I don't know if it has necessarily a place in this because Rampage is throwing a lot of things out, which we'll get to. But that's what Rampage put out. Like, so I'm just saying, like, his mom got murdered. I don't know what age, but maybe somewhat recently. So maybe he's dealing with that stuff. You know, that's troubling in its own right, especially murder. It wasn't like natural causes, like cancer or something. So murder is Khalil Roundtree spoke on it. His father got murdered, and he spoke about how, like, he felt like maybe people were, like, against him. It gives you, like, a certain anxiety, maybe. The fact that somebody you love was killed. You feel me?
Yeah.
It's not... Yeah, so I'll give him some grace there. But I think, you know, that then you tie in with the head kick. You saw that tornado kick that got landed on his head in sparring or no?
Yeah.
So he got rocked like a couple days before, and he got viral for that.
Yeah.
So I think he's just dealing with some stuff, and it's not an excuse. I'm just saying, like, as a human being, like, I don't have to make an excuse, but we can like try to look into somebody's mindset a little bit and see why he got there.
Well, I mean, I'll just use myself as an example, bro. Like, you know, both of us have lost parents. You lost your parent at a younger age. You know what I mean? And like, if my mom was murdered,
That's
and
different.
I'm going through how my mom. I'm just thinking about the pain I feel right now. My mom passed away, pretty much from natural causes, and I'm hurting. And you have someone that's has your dad the way he is. I don't know, bro.
Because his dad's not super sensitive. You feel me? It's not like he sits down with his son and he's
when
like, "Hey, son,
everything's
how
kind
you
of
doing?"
a joke.
Yeah.
Everything's kind of a joke.
So he hasn't had that ability to vent. So he's not learning how to process that emotion. He's probably dealing with it on his own.
Yeah, but you're dealing. But here's the question too. It's like I even for myself as an example, I'm dealing with pain. How am I dealing with it? Right? I can go and do. You know, you know what I thought about one of the first times you and I did the show when my mom passed away. It's almost like you put on this strong face, but it's almost like too. It's like you want to like not dwell in it, so you're doing things. The pain is there, but you're trying to like do things so it doesn't feel so strong.
For me, I just didn't want to inconvenience other people. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's my problem. Like, I'm not, if I'm feeling down because my dad passed away, like, I know you probably don't want to, like, hear about it. So that's why I was moving on with that happy face like you're talking about.
Yeah, I think that, you know, internally we're all going to deal with it in different ways, right? Now, if him, what we're seeing right now, and I'm interested to, I'm interested to know how long ago was that? If that was like, I mean, I don't care how long ago, I guess. I mean, it could have been 5 years ago, 10 years ago. It's still super. That's a lot.
It's a lot. I gotta say, it took me a long time. I'm probably still not over my dad's passing, but like, I feel like about 10 years, I was still fucking shooks, bro. So, yeah. I was gonna say, if it's 5 years, it's probably still fucking bothering him.
Murder, right?
Yeah.
Just add that on.
And he's young. He's 20. He's not. It's not like he's whatever age it was. You know what I'm saying? But if he's 25 now, that means she passed away when he's young. You know what I'm saying? So it's different. Like, you didn't even have that. Like, it's a lot to it.
100%, bro. Like, I can only think about right now. I'm still dealing with pain in trying to heal, and that pain can come out in so many different areas, and anger is one of them.
Of course, yeah.
Anger is one of them, bro, and all that. And when you're young, all the outlets you're trying to do, live streaming, fighting, being popular, whatever thing we want to fill it. Maybe he's drinking. You know, we don't know if he's doing drugs. You know what I mean? Like, dad's doing his thing. You're still looking for comfort from your dad too, bro, because that's all you have now.
You know, your dad's kind of like out live streaming all the time.
Your dad's wild.
Kicking it with like beat 25-year-olds.
Just dad's wild, bro.
I've been saying on a side note, I'm like, Rampage, bro, I'm sick of seeing you with these young 30-year-olds. Like, first off, you could find yourself a badder 40-year-old MILF, like, with a kid.
Yeah.
Like, these, because Rampage is settling, he wants these young chicks, right? With no strings attached. But, like, dude, you're getting the bottom of the barrel of young chicks, no strings attached, because, like, you're, like, almost 50. Like, you're not getting that prime, like, young chick. You might as well get a prime older woman who you have stuff in common with and shit. By the way, he was venting this to his girlfriend about, like, his son being murdered. And, like, bro, that girl could, like, fucking air between her ears. Yeah, like, air between her ears. Care less. She's like, oh. It's like, Jesus Christ, you have nothing to fucking say?
You know what's interesting? I mean, this hits home for me. Just like I said, like I can literally feel moments, and they're getting. I was watching a video of how I felt when my mom first passed away. The grief that was on my face. The moment I woke up, it was so hard to get out of my bed. It was lethargic, no motivation, just like heavy, heavy. Today, I was like, all right, I'm better, but it still hurts.
Mm-hmm.
And then I started thinking about all the consumption that you want to feel to not feel the pain. And then I kind of circled back around, and I know you've said this before too, is like, happiness. And I was like, okay, if I took A out of the equation, I took B out of the equation, am I happy? I'm talking about stressors that makes you feel pain. And I was like, all right, maybe I'd feel happy. And then it goes back to, okay, so what are we all chasing? And so I think about Rampage, I think about John Jones, I think about Conor McGregor, guys that are, getting into that age where I'm kind of at right now. It's like, if we don't solve this thing of keep chasing, you'll always be consumed with things that you think are going to make you happy.
Mm-hmm.
And these equations were drugs, sex, younger women, right? What does that come down to though? Sex.
Mm-hmm.
At the end of the day, to feel good, to feel happy, right?
He literally, I gotta say, it's because of the words you're using right now. Literally on his stream, he's telling his girlfriend, and this made me look down on Rampage, like honestly, and like I feel like you've gone from me, like I don't really look down on people's sexuality too much, but I did judge him here. He's literally telling his girlfriend, like, you and your friends, like, to cheer me up, you and your friends, you and your hottest friends, he has to specify, like, you and your 3 hottest friends need to, like, all give me the Glock 3000 later tonight to cheer me up and make me happy. It's like, Rampage, you're speaking about your son committing, like, almost murder, and, like, you're on your stream asking this chick who could give 2 fucks about you, you know what I mean, for the Glock 3000 with her and 3 of her best friends. Like, bro, like, it gets to a certain point where it's like,
yeah, and here's the thing.
On camera, bro, like, why don't you say that shit, like, somewhere else? Like, he's gonna be like, oh, I'm a comedian. But, like, bro, you're also mixing in your real wants, and then when people don't fuck with it, you're just gonna fall back and be like, I'm a comedian. But if she says yes, you're gonna be like, oh, yeah, she said yeah, so fuck it. So, don't play with me, Rampage.
No, and I think, too, it's like you being young enough, not 30 yet.
Yeah.
Where you can kind of look at it and be like, oh, that like you feel like really?
Like, I'd much rather be, because I'm not saying this from a hate perspective. I'm even saying, like, I would really enjoy to see Rampage with, like, a badass 40-year-old. You know what I mean? Like, a woman who I would be like, I look at her, she's around the same age, and I'm like, oh, she probably loves him.
Yeah.
This girl, I look at her, and I'm like, she don't love you, bro. What the fuck you doing?
But if you look at the core of all of this, it's this consumption. It's the, you're still chasing to feel good. And that drug in itself, you're chasing youth, you're chasing drugs, you're chasing alcohol. And you can see it, and you can see, like, you could look at these older guys, and I'm older than you too, and it's like, you can judge though. I honestly, I think you have the right to judge, because it's almost like that's not where I would want to be.
Mm-hmm.
When you get to that point in life, when you get to that point in life, you hopefully you're gonna be like, nah, man, I've done A, B, and C, and I'm content of where this is at. So the fame, now you add the fame and the money to all this and the live streaming. What does that build? Your notoriety.
It gives you those things a little bit easier.
Well, but not only that, it's another endorphin.
Mm-hmm.
It's another high. In being famous and being a live streamer and looking at all the views, it's another form of all of that, right? But you're seeing it at, like, you're right, bro. To me, it's his son probably needs his dad. He doesn't need his dad to be live streaming and talking like that. That's I don't know. That's hard to even hear.
Yeah, it was. I was like cringing at it, and I'm not like a cringeworthy guy, because I feel like when you say you're cringing at people, like, you're super judgmental, and I'm not a guy who sits back thinking I'm like above you, so I don't like to say that. But when I listen, I'm just like, bro, like, especially like you and your 3 best friends. It's like, bro, that's your girlfriend, isn't it? Like, you got no respect for her. Like, I don't know.
But it's like this. If he was 30, you could kind of like, all right, whatever, Oh, he's 25. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
You could give it kind of a pass, like, hey,
he's young, he's fucking around. He's funny. Like, I would be like that.
But now we're kind of doing a Diddy thing.
Yeah, it's like you're old. There's like a 25-year-old age gap between you guys.
Yeah.
Oh, I had more to say about it. What did you just kind of get done saying? Just like how you said, I'm able to kind of identify it and shit. Like, oh, this is what I was gonna say. Wouldn't it be more beneficial for Raja too? I mean, I feel like this is a little bit of a selfish move for Rampage, because if I was a father like that, my son's mom got murdered, and I'm over here talking about it on stream. So clearly you're not clueless, right? He's clearly not clueless about that fact, that his son is struggling with the fact that his mom got murdered. And like, doesn't it cross your mind, Rampage? Like, okay, maybe just settle down with like a good woman who could even provide a motherly role to my son, who I see struggling. You already admitted that you see him struggling. So we can't even, you admitted to that. So you see your son struggling, and it doesn't even cross your mind like that the women you bring into your life would probably have some type of benefactor in that.
A trigger.
And that to say too, a nice, sweet, older woman with a motherly instinct could come in and be like, hey, Raja, how are you? Give him that motherly feel. Look what, for example, Max Holloway's fucking wife. Right? He didn't have a mom. His mom, whatever, was not in the picture or something like that. Max's baby son. Max gets married to a good woman who he wifes up, and then she comes in and gives a motherly role to him, and the son is thankful and has asked for custody and all that stuff. I feel like that's what Rampage ideally should be like for his son. I know his son's 25, but like, I don't know how long ago she passed away, but like, bro, if she passed away like 7 years ago and you're still like this, come on, bro. Chill. Yeah. Like, come on, bro. You should have tried to wife up when you were like four years removed from her passing or something like that. Am I crazy?
No, and I would say this too. Like I said, I mean, I can only speak on it because my mom just passed away a few months ago, and you need your dad, and because you're going through pain, and you need that comfort and love, because man, it was crazy. I heard this story about someone that she lost her dad at a very young age, and the mom is homeless right now. That's how down of a spiral the family went.
Bro, my dad made all the money in my family. It wasn't that easy. Like, bro, similar story. We weren't homeless by any means, but bro, my dad made all the money in the family. We had to like move out of our house and go get like an apartment, like a big ass house that we had. We had to go move in an apartment. But go on. I'm just saying, like, that shit happened to me too.
Yeah. So it's and when I'm using this, that your scenario and this scenario to think about, like, Rampage, like, your son's hurting, and you're doing all this other wild shit, and now we're seeing the results of your son wilding out. What's next? Because the pain that his son's going through, and you're not being there for him, and you're seeing your dad doing all these other things where he probably should just be at home chilling, like, hey son, let's eat dinner tonight.
Give him that family vibe that his son is clearly
Whole
missing.
Family vibe.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Bro, come stay with me. I got a room for you. You know what I mean? Like, hey, I'm gonna chill the fuck out for the next year, however long it takes for you to kind of get back up. You know what I mean? Like, because I don't know, man. I can only speak for myself, and I know what I'm going through right now, and I appreciate that my dad, even though he isn't the most sensitive man in the world, he at least is trying to call, at least is trying to check in, try to be there, and I now thinking about it, I appreciate that.
Yeah,
I
and
need that.
Right, everybody does. The funny thing is too, it's two ways. I'm sure Rampage had his own struggles, knowing that his wife got murdered, and that it's all on him to take care of his son now, no split custody. He probably feels like a little bit of a weight on his shoulders, and maybe he's coping by going out and not wanting to accept his new life, right? But it's like, bro,
but you're coping in all the wrong ways.
Yeah, and some, this kind of thing happens. You got to probably settle in, with your son a little bit. But it might have been so far removed, so I don't want to, we're speculating maybe too much at this point. But it's worth speaking about, because I see a lot of people talking like Rampage doesn't deserve shit and all this stuff, and I don't think he really deserves shit. I didn't come on here to criticize him at all today. But if we are going to speak on like Rampage in certain ways, I feel like what we just touched on is probably like a good angle of like analyzing it. You know, his fatherhood and what his son is going through. And, you know, a little bit of neglect, you know, I would say a little bit of neglect towards his son. Emotional neglect. I know he's there for his son. I know he probably pays for his son financially. But again, I also kind of said, when you pay for your son a lot too, he's 25, right? But he's like 20, 21 mentally. He ain't been through shit. So, like, for example, I worked in customer service when I'm like 16. Like, my parents forced me to get a fucking job. So, like, I've learned how to deal with shit to where I don't crash out. I'm like, oh, people, you know, sometimes there's just shitty people out there. I've dealt with shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, I got to eat shit and keep my job to make money. Raja, think about it. He's never had to go work at Chipotle and take shit from someone. And you know that there's a lot of people in this world, right, where you see them acting rude and it's a saying. Like, oh, they never worked in customer service, right? So I'm just saying, like, Raja's 25, but his dad's also taking care of him a lot financially.
Yeah, he's 25, yeah, you're right.
Yeah, so he's really 21 mentally, though. He's been under his dad's tit for a long time. And, you know, maybe his dad's coping, making up for things. He's paying for him because he knows he can't help him emotionally. And again, I'm just saying all these things. No hate on Rampage, but we're just diving into it.
And here's the thing, too, is, like, as we look at our parents, right? Our parents are going through their own coping mechanisms.
They're not perfect. That's what I've learned.
Right, they're not perfect, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now, the coping mechanisms that we can gravitate towards when these type of things happen will tell us how we handle things, you know, when they raise in the future, when they come in the future. Mm-hmm. So if Rampage is acting out, how do you think his son's gonna? What that's a prime example. What's gonna happen with the son?
His son is learning from him, right? He sees his dad's coping mechanism. So Roger's like, I need to get myself a couple bad bitches.
If he's getting drunk and you're not dealing with it, what do you think the son's gonna do? The son's gonna get drunk times 10.
Right.
If the dad's getting in an argument and a fight, and his dad is a trained athlete, his dad could probably fuck somebody up. We know he can. The son wants to still beat you. We all want to kind of be like our, you know, get our dad's approval. How's that? Is that a fair assessment?
That's a fair assessment, yeah.
Right. You want your dad's approval, and then, but your dad, like, you know, was a champion, you know. So, will he ever be a champion in the UFC? I mean,
no.
I you know, and so what are the other areas that we could gravitate toward to still say, oh, I'm doing this and I'm doing that, I'm doing this, you know? And I think these are the same. This is the son that we always see the videos with him him and his son, right? Like on some of the podcasts and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I love their interaction because, you know, Rampage always likes to mess around with them.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, oh, my son thinks he could beat me up, you know? And there is, like, they race and shit. I love those interactions because it feels like so fatherly. But to this core of you now being put in a situation where this happened, it's almost like a cry for help, man.
A little bit, right? It shows that there's something awry.
There's something
maybe
deep.
You're not being like the worst father in the world, because you just said they got a lot of beautiful moments. They seem to have a decent relationship, but maybe it's just like it exposes the fact that, like, you know, Rampage just needs to tighten up a little bit. Tighten up a little bit and just, I don't know, be there for your son in this tough time. Clearly your son is going through something. Just be there for your son. And that whole bowling shit, I wasn't a fan of seeing him out bowling last night. I know you're not just, your son lives in a separate house and shit like that, but I don't know, man. I feel like almost... Rampage, I almost feel like shouldn't have even gotten into it. Like, it's weird because your son is 25. And your son's apologizing for you. He's 25. Yeah. I don't care what your daddy has to say.
Yeah, no, you're a grown man by now, at that point. I will say this, that, you know, there are moments. There's a time and place for everything. There's a time and place to play around, and there's a time and place to be there with your family.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I would say this. Let's just say this. Like, you know, my mom passing away. Let's say you just saw, like, hey, you know, I'm at the strip clubs. I'm doing this. I'm doing that. You know, a part of you would probably be like, hey, you know, is everything okay? Like, you see me on Instagram, like, with, you know, 4 or 5 different girls. I'm like, I'm spending money at strip clubs. I'm going to Vegas. What am I really doing? I'm trying to hide the pain.
Yeah, I would be like, I would be like, damn, bro, like you just went through that and you're doing this. But then Rampage, here's kind of what you said earlier. Rampage falls under the guise of like, but I'm now a streamer. Gotta do a live stream. Gotta go out. Gotta feed the audience. So it really conflates things. But why not do a live stream from home? Fucking cooking with your girl. She ain't that type of girl. That's why, Rampage.
Yeah, and I think that the bigger picture here is that, you know, there's a time and place for everything. You know, if this was, you know, like I said, I don't know when his mom was murdered. You know,
but there's even a time and place to go bowling. I feel like on a live stream, 2 days removed from your son's thing. Like I even think that's like take out the mom from it. I think on a smaller scale, your son just did that, and you're going out bowling. Not to nitpick you, but it's just like your friends are taking you out to go like. Taking you out, bro, like you're saying too, like just be home. Like where's the happiness at home? You gotta get taken out. Like maybe we're two different people, but I know a lot of people like Rampage where they're super itchy and they can't just sit anywhere. They always got to go out and do something. So maybe Rampage is that guy, and I'm not gonna fully blame him, but that's what I would say. Even on a smaller scale, just going bowling and hanging out like 2 days removed, it's like, bro, just like lay low, man. Just lay low.
It's one thing to go bowling and to get out. It's another thing to live stream it.
Yes, and then also, so let's get into a couple other things. Like, well, side note, and then also asking for the Glock 3000. It's like, bro, oh my god, you're almost pathetic now. But wait, go ahead.
Yeah, no, you're right. No, okay. You're right.
I just want to ask something that kind of like was just a thought I have. Like, because, right, that guy Stu, he started it. He came up to Raja, right, and hit him with that can. So, I guess it is worth saying that, like, that guy could learn something, too. You know, don't be going up and, like, smashing, you know what I'm saying? Like, that was a little much. Well, because if that never happened, Raja never reacts, right? And I'm not saying that guy's to blame, but it's like, this should be discussed.
Bro, all of it. Now that I got a clear picture here, it all of a sudden seems this was Raj in general, bro. Is a walking bomb to happen. You can't go through all that and not expect collateral damage and shit to explode, unless you're really trying to heal and try to handle it. Stu, see, when I first saw that, I was like, oh, it's wrestling.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't. Like, when I saw that, right? And then I saw them talk afterwards, and then Stu apologized, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, hey, you know, like, blah, 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 blah. Like, hey, you know, like almost like, hey, this is a gimmick, bro. Like, we're just, you know, this wrestling. Then I see all this other stuff transpire, and like you said, I now knowing this, I just think that he got too much shit going on to handle any of this.
I think so. The last thing I'll say, though, is
And Stu learned something for sure.
Stu learned don't be smashing cans over people's head. This is what I would say though with Stu is like I feel like Stu was a little bit buzzed. I've analyzed a lot of the footage, and when he was apologizing to Raja, when Raja came up to him, the way Stu was like moving his hands and speaking, it wasn't super clear. It was very like a drunk guy. So he might have drank too much, wasn't able to make a sober decision, right? So I feel like that guy can learn something. And then Raja also, he definitely overreacted, but it's worth noting too because I wonder how it's going to play out in court. Because yes, Raja should have never done what he done, but they also gave him permission, right, to go do that, kind of. He took it a step too far, but they gave him permission, which is kind of crazy. And then also, you can say Raja would have never done what he done if that guy never hit him in the head. So, like, I'm curious to see how this plays out.
Honestly, you know what? This could be a blessing. I hate to say it like this too. One or two things are gonna happen, bro. Something else is gonna happen with this kid, with this man, and it's gonna be worse, like a drunk driving incident, a manslaughter, something like.
Hopefully not.
Hopefully not. But that's what I'm saying. Like, there's something underneath all of this. Like, this is just a smaller issue. It's blown up because of who it is and how it happened. You know, but underneath that, Raja is definitely dealing with something, and if that family doesn't try to help resolve it, we could be talking about, like you just said, bro, how long it's taken for you to get where you're at just with your pops.
Mm-hmm.
just a brief little thing where I've been able to get to just with my mom's, and she passed away on natural, like whatever you call it, like
Natural causes.
natural causes. So I'm just saying it could be a blessing because maybe someone could take him aside and take him under his wing and give him a lot of love and be like, man, we're if we don't go down a different path. You know how you see some of those stories like what was that guy that beat up that girl? Now he's spending in prison and he was in a UFC. Fuck. It was another episode on Vice with that one. I'm gonna forget his name, but someone even said on there, it was like, man, if maybe we could have just took him this way, and his whole path would have been different.
Yeah.
There are these moments in life where it's gonna get worse if we don't start looking at really what's happening.
So that's pretty much what Sean Strickland's saying, actually. So Sean Strickland believes that he should go the rehabilitation route instead of jail. Me personally, I'm just not a person who would wish jail upon anyone. Like, I'm not going to sit on my fucking in front of a camera and advocate for someone to go to jail. It's just not really me. So, but like, whatever he is the best course of action for Raja, I hope that, it works out for him.
Did he get arrested that night?
He didn't get arrested. There's no investigation that's even started. So that's where like weird shit comes into play too. Like, there's no investigation that's been started. But, besides that point,
it's a weird area because it's almost like it happened within a ring.
Mm-hmm.
Like if this was out in the streets, right?
Mm-hmm.
Cops pulled up, someone like, hey, there was an attack, you know what I mean? Like you get arrested right then and there. So it's a whole different like. What city were they in? Was that Vegas?
I heard they were in Torrance, California.
Oh, they were in Cali.
Yeah, so, but you can even to your point. That's what I'm saying. Raja has a decent defense. Raja can go in there and say. And there's camera footage of pro wrestlers from that event telling him, go get that receipt, right? Go get your lick back. And so he had all this permission. Raja just took it too far. So it's like Raja can, How
many hits was there? How many? Was
20.
It like 20?
I counted 20. I'll give him grace and say he missed one and hit him on the chest. So 19.
So let's just say 15. Da, da, da.
We don't even need to say 15. I'm giving him grace with the 20. I counted it. Like, I rewatched it a bunch of times. 19. 19 is grace.
Where do you think he got knocked out, like around 4 or 5?
I think he was knocked out from the slam. I do. Because especially if that guy was buzzed before the event, a slam like that's going to put you out. You're already buzzed.
Here's my thing, too. He wasn't all cut up.
He wasn't cut up. You saw that video, too.
So
you saw the new picture of him awake.
Okay, here's the thing. If he would have came out of that picture, just like
purple and blue,
bro, cuts purple and blue, your whole perspective on what happened would be different.
Mm-hmm.
If we were sitting here like, damn, like just like Norma Dumont, would Norma have? Remember that she had that huge like. If we saw something like that, my whole attitude could be a little bit different.
Mm-hmm.
He got fucked up. I don't know. Does he deserve jail time? I don't know.
I'll say this. I won't again, and you don't even have to. I'll save you. Don't even answer that question. I think that's a setup in its own right. You don't need to answer that question. Let's answer this question. Will he face jail time? I will say. I'm gonna say predict. No, he won't. They're just gonna settle. They're just gonna settle.
Well, I don't. Okay. Has the other guy homie came out? What has he responded to anything? Was he in a coma?
Yeah, he hasn't spoken. Just people are speaking for him.
He was in a coma.
Or
no, he woke up. When they
I think he was like in a coma or something like that, or maybe he was like awake but just unresponsive, and now he's conscious.
Okay. Let's do this. Part 2 maybe next week. We get some more information to come out. Initially, I would say sure, give him a little bit of jail time. I can't honestly see him doing more than 30 days.
Yeah.
Maybe probation, you know what I mean? Like if it goes to court, because if you put him in jail, he'll just be honored in there for it.
Mm-hmm.
No one in jail is gonna be like, oh, and you a bitch. 'Cause that's not the world of jail.
No, they're gonna
Jail,
love him. He's
they're
Rampage
gonna love him.
Jackson's son.
Yeah, they're gonna love him.
Yeah.
Um, this isn't the same kind of love you get Cain Velasquez. This is just the kind of love of like that's the world that it is.
They love that shit in there.
Yeah, that's the world.
Mm-hmm.
That's what you're walking into. You know, that's how you get your hand raised in there. So
So you think he deserves jail time?
I don't know. I wouldn't say deserve, right? I would say
He'll get probably.
the court system maybe. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Honestly, they because if they go to court and like if he hasn't even since he hasn't even been arrested, it'd be different. Like, oh, he got arrested, and he's in county right now, and he just got bailed out. He's gonna be, pending court charges. I have a different take on it. The fact that he didn't get jailed, the fact that it was inside like an organization, like an event.
It's going to be hard for the police to kind of like involve themselves in that, especially if wrestlers don't want to speak, because that's been another thing. The promotion itself sent a text thread to the wrestlers saying, "Hey, if law enforcement contacts you, reach out to us and, for help on how to provide a statement." Yeah.
So Stu will go one or two ways, right? Stu will go and say, "I'm going for your money," or B, I knew what I was getting myself into. That's the wrestling game. You'll go one or those are the two ways you'll go.
And without there being a legal investigation right now, I feel like I don't think he's gonna face any jail time. I don't even think he's gonna face criminal charges. There's no investigation. Nothing's been opened.
And here's the thing too. So like I said, this is dangerous water, right? It's dangerous water for Raja because either A, this can explode to something even bigger because of no consequences. Now you feel like I can do anything almost, you know what I mean? But you still have all this pain you're not dealing with. So you're still out getting drunk. You're still doing this. You're still going to events. You're still messing with your dad. You're still live streaming. You're still getting notoriety. You're doing all these things to keep suppressing the pain. Something else happened that could be worse, because another thing could happen that could trigger, and boom, you just blow up.
Yeah. So he's got to figure out like where he went wrong there himself. Analyze that himself and kind of like learn how to like not make that mistake again. That would be my suggestion.
And if we can, and maybe Rampage does start. I honestly don't know. Like I'm
Rampage needs to stop being with whatever girl he's with right now. Let's start with him separating from her and finding a nice 40-year-old woman, 45-year-old woman, nice pretty woman. There's plenty of them out there, Rampage. Like, bro, your girl is fucking like Rampage. If you see this, I'm happy you see this because it's the advice you need to hear. Your girl ain't hot at all. Ain't fucking hot at all.
I'll tell you this. Let's say my
There's
dad.
45-year-old women hotter than her.
I'd say that before my mom passed away, me and my dad, bro, like opposite sides of the room. If I see you, I see you. That's the kind of relationship we had. Like I don't need to be around you, bro. After my mom passed away, we've been texting. He's been checking in. You know, we're in a group chat with me and my brother. Like we've all got closer. And it was funny. I told my dad a weekend ago. I was like, all right, I don't need the text every day anymore. You helped me through this first couple of months. You know what I mean? Like we let's do once a week now. But I have to appreciate that he did that.
No, definitely.
In one way or another, he does it in his weird way because he's not gonna be like, "Hey, my dad doesn't say I love you." He's not that type of dad. You know what I mean? But for my dad, it's his actions. You know, my dad's the type of person like, "Hey, did you have food on the table?" "Yeah." "You're welcome." Like that's it. Like it's his actions. You know what I mean? Super old school like that.
Yeah, being there for you.
Yeah, so he doesn't need to say I love you, and he didn't get that when he grew up. You know what I mean? So
before we move to, go ahead.
I was gonna say just with Rampage, like man, just take 3 months, and just put that aside without nobody else.
Yeah, and I mean really,
no women, no live streaming, no Jackson podcast, no nothing.
Just put your son first for a little bit.
You and your family.
Put yourself first. Put your son first for a little bit.
Yeah,
figure it out.
You and the family. Just take a little pause. That's it.
Yeah.
And see where we're at.
So just to read a couple chats, and I'm going to ask you another hot topic. Just some chats. Somebody goes, "You're an animal." I love it. 180K exchange for CTE. Talking about your NFL comments earlier with the minimum pay.
Yeah.
Brother
yeah.
speaking facts. Looking like Richie Valens' brother in La Bamba, though. LOL. Well, I have no clue who Richie Valens is or La Bamba, but whoever you're speaking about, is he speaking about me or you?
Dude, it's funny. It's probably me.
Okay.
It's funny because there's a clip where his brother in Richie Valens, he was a rock and roll Mexican star back in like the 50s, like during like Elvis Presley days, or maybe the 60s. He died in a airplane crash when they were going to a show.
Oh shit.
Yeah, and his older brother was the drunk of the family. They made a movie about it. And his older brother would come in all faded, bro. Like, hey, that's my younger brother. He's like fighting with everybody and shit, bro. Super toxic, dog. And the younger brother just like, man, fuck, dude, my man, who invited this dude?
So you're the younger brother. You're Richie Valens.
No, that's the older brother.
Oh, Richie Valens is the older brother. Okay.
Older brother.
He's got
That's
a slick
funny,
back.
bro.
He's got a slick back haircut.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, definitely him then.
Though.
That's funny.
That
okay.
was definitely drunk in me.
That's a good shot. Hey, somebody else said though that you look like I'm gonna forget the name, but there's this cop movie. I want to say with Jake Gyllenhaal and the Mexican guy in that movie.
You know what we should do?
You know who I'm talking about or no?
I think so, but we should get the pictures and do like a like few moments later and then put the picture in.
We'll do a comparison with your doppelgangers on an episode for sure.
Yeah, that's actually pretty funny.
Okay, let's see a couple other things. Nah, someone gonna punk Raja. Halloween special. There we go. Someone gonna punk Raja, like an area and gang member, likely, or veteran. So they disagree. They think that he won't be praised. That's Tyler Betts. Shout out Tyler Betts. We don't know.
in that word, and especially when you in Cali and shit, like it's. If you go into jail with that, because what happens with like the OGs and shit, like he's not going to prison, you know what I mean? But when you go to county, like, oh, that's dude that fucking you like famous.
Yeah, they're gonna love him. Okay.
Yeah.
Big. This is the biggest storyline headline. How do I say this? Rampage Jackson calls MMA Guru racist for calling his son, here's the quote, you ready?
Yeah.
A stupid, dumb, unevolved animal who should be locked in a cage. Is it racist? Is it not racist?
It's playing with fire. That's what it is. It's playing with fire. Because when you use that word animal, savage, brute, these are words that were used during slavery, you know? So it's a trigger. Got a white dude saying it too from Europe. I mean, yeah, I think Rampage has all the he has every right to go clap back at his ass, you know what I mean? Like, and I think, and I've seen Rampage a few times. Rampage is from the South. Memphis, somewhere in the South down there. So he's been able to see racism up front and personal growing up.
Yeah.
I think that I've seen him a couple episodes when he talks about it. When he talked about Bryce Mitchell, I think it was. He's like, dude, that dude don't know no better. Like, he's a product of his environment. Like, he didn't take it personal. So I always like kind of respected how Rampage's opinion on was about that, because I thought, oh, he's seen people be racist to him growing up. Boy, N-word, animal, you know, all these things, that these racial slurs that could be slurred out. So he has every right to say all that.
Okay, so I guess we're going to have to disagree a little bit.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. I mean,
so my thing, I don't really think it's racist, if I'm being real. If he were to say the word like you know what words I'm talking about, right? The more specific words.
But it's because it's been used in the past, in slavery during that time. That was a word. You're an animal. We're smarter than you. You're not even like, they had scientists come out and try to say that black people and people of color's brains didn't evolve the way white people's brain, and that's why you're an animal. That's why you're a savage. That's why you're dangerous.
Yeah.
They use these things as a tool, as a narrative to scare people. So that's why I said it's dangerous for him saying that, because there's a lot of connotations that are behind that word.
Mm-hmm.
Now, maybe did he personally was like, oh, did he think that far? Maybe not.
I don't
But
really
I
think
could,
he thought that far. I guess that's a question for him. I'll
right.
say this: the reason why, and I hear what you're saying when you say like, they called them animals back in the day, but for me, like, animal is a little bit of a broad term. It's like, how do I say? Yes, they may have said that back in the day. I mean, I don't know. I never really heard about being called animals. I've heard about stupid, you know, whatever you want to say, right? About specific animals. Um, Let me just kind of, I guess I'll go from the start of what I think. Of course, I think it's playing with fire.
Yeah.
But I think, Guru using that word animal, almost instead of racism, I feel like it's baiting. It's like he knows how people are gonna take it, but he almost knows that he, like, how he feels in his heart, in a way, I guess you could say. So you're just baiting the audience to go ahead and engage more in your comments. That's why I don't really think he's racist. I think he's more just being edgy.
I think I can meet you in the middle with that.
Yeah.
I think maybe he didn't think as far, but I think too he knew it was gonna stir something up.
He definitely knew it was going to stir something up. I mean, make no mistake about it. That's why he used that word.
Yeah, and I think that he's not he's not a dummy. You know what I mean? He knows that by saying some things that are gonna get a little bit more views on the thing, and it's almost like you got two angles of this, right? A, Rampage can take it personal. B, he could say something, but it wasn't like to the extreme.
It wasn't to the extreme. He basically stepped his foot on the line.
Yeah. I think we both said he knew he was playing with some fire, though.
Yeah, and then also he said something like, lock him in a cage, right? Lock him in a cage. Now, again, this is what I said on the other stream. It's like content creators, this is the word I like to use. When you're creating content at times, it's like you're rapping, right? You're going to say the catchy thing, the thing that's going to catch people's attention over the regular thing. So, obviously, when you say lock him in a cage, it gives that dog, right? Lock a dog in a crate type of like thought that crosses your mind. It leaves it up for interpretation. How about that? When you use the word cage,
lock him in jail.
but when you say lock him behind a cell, there's no interpretation. You say cell, that means jail cell. But if you say cage, it's like, then you get the question: is he talking about like an animal cage, a dog crate, or is he talking about a jail cell? So he leaves it up.
Cage.
So
it could be.
But isn't that what they do in rap? They say the thing that's gonna be controversial. So I don't know how much, like. That's why I say, like, sometimes it's like he's just gonna choose the more controversial thing to say just to get the views. And like, I don't know, is it racist? Is it not? I feel like he's not racist. I've heard him actually say worse things about white people. He calls the Dagestanis inbred. He says they're cousin effers.
That's true.
So like they're white. They're from the Caucasus Mountains.
So John Jones is gay. Like he's definitely gone over a lot of lines.
And so I feel like he was even more specific towards white people and their actual ethnicity, right? Calling themselves inbred is way more racist than calling someone an animal. So, I mean, shit, I mean, he keeps it fucking a buck, like, down the line. Like, he'd be doing it to white people. But I didn't even think he did it to the black community necessarily.
Yeah, and I think, like you said, too, like, I think a lot of that's premeditated. He knows what he's doing. He knows how he can sell his brand. And that's part of his branding, to say these edgy things, you know what I mean, to get people riled up a little bit, like, how dare you say that, so even Rampage responding helps him.
Yeah, but let me say this, I'll give you a hot take.
Yeah.
Even if he did say something racist, right, or even if somebody out there, right, or you, right, whatever, I know you said you met me in the middle, so I won't say you exactly, but let's say somebody thinks it's like fully racist, right? It doesn't even matter. It doesn't matter. Because what matters is what Rampage's son did. So, like, yes, it matters to an extent of, like, we don't want to just tolerate that shit, right? But it like Rampage bringing it up and shit like that and diverting the attention. It's like, bro, you know, your son did way far worse than any words that came out of Guru's mouth. Like, don't be casting aspersions, throwing stones when you're in a glass house too. We're seeing right through your shit, you know. So don't be, you know. And then he's also calling racism at the LAX airport. Like, I don't think it looks good. I think when your son goes through that and you're like instantly calling racism, like, bro, I don't know. You live in a white community. I think like there's not that much racism that he experiences. Like, it's not like he lives in the hood, right? He lives in like SoCal, Southern Orange County. Mm-hmm. And so like, I feel like Rampage knows that like he hangs out with like a lot of white people. It's just, I don't know. It's kind of weird. Like, your podcast co-host is Bear DeGidio, but then like, you're like, racism is, I don't know why. It's like, okay, let me say this. I expect somebody from the hood, right, to be a little bit more quick to say racism because they're not around white people as much. But I don't know why Rampage goes to it so quickly when like he's pretty much accepted in like Southern Orange County. Like, there's like, he can go out to any bar, you know, in Southern Orange County, and he's like perfectly accepted. He's like he's like one of the few black guys out here.
I would say this because when you're from the South, it's ingrained in you. Like, from a small age of...
It's like a trigger?
Not only a trigger, it's ingrained in you. Racism is ingrained in you. Like, it is, boy, hey boy, like, that is something that it becomes part of your...
Okay, and I get it, right? I get it. But he almost like... It's like... Then speak about it more, like, because you're only almost bringing it up when your son is in trouble. Like, that's what I think people find that too convenient. Like, oh my god, racism. Right. But then again, it's like, okay, so what if he said something racist? Your son still did some fucked up shit. So like, how does somebody saying something racist change what your son did?
And I agree with you on that. And I'd say, and I would say this too: if we were dealing with somebody that was around his son's age that had been raised in the South, I would have maybe a different opinion because it's not that it's not still prevalent, because racism is still there, but it's not as heavy accepted compared to when Rampage was growing up as a kid. So that's the only reason why I say it's ingrained with him. So it's going to be easier for him to kind of bring that out.
It's always on the back of his mind. He could always kind of
it's going to be easier just to bring out. It just is. It's just going to be easier to bring out, but like, because it's always been there. In this instance, you know what I mean? Like, but I see what you're saying too. Like, you know, you can use it at times. I would say this: if he wasn't from the South, I'd have a different opinion on the matter too. Mm-hmm. Like, if he was like, I think Bobby Green, Jackson,
Bobby Green, King Green.
Yeah,
if you want to be respectful.
I believe he's from Southern California, like born and raised.
Yeah, he's from around here.
Like, he's dealt with racism, but he hasn't dealt with racism. Like, when you're from SoCal and shit, like, there's some racism, but it's not like crazy. I mean, it is, but it's not how. When first time I went to the South, I was like, oh, this is different.
There's not much out here.
There is, but it's not. It's not so like accepted. Mm-hmm. Don't get me wrong. I've dealt with racism. You know what I mean? But like, but I see more people like me around.
Definitely, yeah.
You know what I mean?
It's a little bit more civilized, I guess you could say.
Yeah, we're down there. It's in your face.
Yeah, I think it's maybe a different pride in the South.
Like, if it was Bobby Green doing it, I'd be like, all right, you know, I don't, bro, you from SoCal, dog? Come on now.
Yeah, like, what are you talking about with the racism? But you're just saying that Rampage is sensitive to the matter.
Yeah, a little bit.
Triggers. He's got some triggers.
Yeah, a little bit more sensitive. And you're right. He's been out. He probably the past 25 years. He's been able. He went to Japan. He did this. He did that. He's more evolved. Mm-hmm. You know, he's seen the world now. You know, it's probably not. He's not like Bryce Mitchell still in it.
Mm-hmm. Okay, here's one of the last things I'll say is I personally, just a personal opinion, I think when Rampage is constantly bringing up Guru and talking about Animal and all this stuff and calling him racist, I feel like you're giving Guru what he wants, right? Guru said that knowing that someone was going to latch onto it and almost mistake it for racism, right? Or maybe there's some validity to it. It's up to your interpretation. But I feel like Rampage gave Guru the power. I feel like if Rampage were to say, no, Guru's not racist, you know what I mean? He's just saying that because he knows, basically what I just said. He knows it'll get the views, and some people will mistake it for that. But I don't think he's racist. I just think he's, you know, trying to get a reaction from me. I think he's trying to get a reaction from me. And, I mean, it's all good. He spoke on the matter. I'm going to stand by my son. You know what I'm saying? And we'll just see how it plays out. But instead he goes and starts pointing out that racism. I feel like you did, like, okay, if Guru were to say, if you were to ask Guru, why'd you say that? He's going to say, well, because it's going to get me like a little bit more likes and attention, right? So then don't give him that. You feel me? Like, it's like not going out of, you know, I know Guru's big, but that's my thing. Like, if that's why he did it, then throw smoke on the fire. Instead, you fucking, you fanned it up. You fanned up the fire.
Yeah.
Now I'm posting about it. Now we're talking about it on here. If you were to say, no, he's not racist. He says that about white people too. We literally wouldn't even have a conversation right now.
It's funny, and that's usually Rampage's reaction.
But, right, and it is. But now, right, Guru did it. He got the reaction he was looking for. He got the views because everybody's tuning back in because Rampage called him racist. So they say, oh, well, where's the clip? MMA Guru YouTube channel. Click on his video. So Guru got the views. He got the money. He got everything he asked for. So what's going to stop him from doing it again? It worked. So that's what I'm saying. Rampage got to, like, you know, think a little bit smarter. It's not just like, oh, racist. You're giving him what he wants you to say. Yeah. And then he's also making you look stupid because, like, there's 50% of the fan base out there who thinks that it's not racist and that you're just fucking playing the victim. So again, it's even worse for you because now you have 50% of people calling you a victim when you wouldn't even need that if you would just say, he's just trying to get a reaction out of me. I'm standing by my son. And it is what it is. I don't appreciate him using those words, but I'm not going to give him shit.
No, I 100% agree with you now.
Yeah. So, in the future...
That would have been the move.
It's like, giving validity, you know?
It's Guru.
People say that stuff because they can almost predict how he's going to react to it. It's taking the bait. It's throwing out a bait and fucking reel that shit in. You know what I mean? He threw out the bait. So, that's the same reason why... Right? You should almost, I think a lot of MMA accounts should stop, you too, because you fucking bring him up sometimes, stop fucking talking about Crazy Kev. Stop posting about him. He doesn't exist. That's what he wants. You got fucking so many people reposting Crazy Kev. Okay, that's what he wants. He's going to keep saying crazy things. He's going to keep talking about Tracy Cortez being ugly and Brian Ortega because you guys love it. You guys post it.
He's over there feeding it. I love it.
And then every repost he gets, music to his ears. He's gonna throw a fucking spinning kick.
You know, I saw a funny one. Just talking about it. Is this that MMA fighter account? You know what I'm talking about?
MMA fighter account. I mean, I don't know.
UFC roster watch.
Oh yeah, I saw a few crash out posts, but I mean, I didn't even bother reading it. I'm like, bro, just put the fucking, like Spinning Backfist said. I don't know if you understand this reference. But it's like, bro, just put the fucking fries in the bag, bro. Like we don't want your fucking shit. Put the fries in the bag, bro. Like, this ain't what we pay you for.
I started laughing. I was like, and I don't stay that tuned in with it, but it was funny to me. I was like, I just brought it up. I had went on a 2-day bender and made some stupid drunken tweets. Now as I sit here Monday morning in the downstairs room of my mom's.
Damn, he lives at his mom's house?
I'm reflecting on some of my life choices as I hear my older brother talking upstairs with his 3 kids and gorgeous wife about how well his, and I'm just like, bruh, it's not that serious, homie. It's not.
Yeah, I'm glad that you cut it off as like talking about his brother and his kids and his wife. It's like, okay, stop reading.
When I saw that,
like, I'm done. I ain't reading all that.
I was like, bro, come on, dog. Come on, bro. What are we talking about here?
Put the fries in the bag, homie. Like, fucking let us know who's on the roster and who's not on the roster, and please shut the fuck up. Like, please, we didn't fucking ask you, bro. This ain't your fucking gig.
Your little crash out really was not that serious, homie.
We weren't even worried about it, bro. We're just waiting on you to let us know if somebody got cut last weekend.
You got up on your feelings and shit because you go back and delete the tweets then. If you feel that bad about it.
That shit was too funny, though, honestly. I agree with you, though. Okay, yeah, so shout out to Roster Watch, bro. Just keep it simple, bro. Just do your thing, bro. Do your fucking thing, and that wasn't your thing at all.
Hey, you were in a good lane, bro. You know what? You went a little out of his lane. You like,
We're talking about sharp left turn.
yeah, that was like 2-day bender, dog. Nobody asked.
Like, how the fuck do you go on a 2-day bender and then go to your fucking professional account? Like, you must have been out of your fucking mind.
Yeah, I think I dropped it in like one of our group chats and shit, and I'm all like, yeah, you ever see Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas?
No. That's
So
with
Fear
Johnny
and
Depp?
Loathing- Yeah, with Johnny Depp.
I want to see that.
With Benicio del Toro, bro. Basically, it was a 3-day drug binge of them just doing every single drug in the world.
Yeah, I want to see that. I've seen the previews.
They were on a good one.
That's like one of those movies you gotta like do mushrooms for, isn't it?
It won't hurt. You can smoke out to it too.
Yeah.
But they're on a good. But I was like, oh, so you were doing a Johnny Depp, huh? You were on a good one.
Definitely on a Johnny Depp. Probably in Vegas too.
What's crazy about that story? Hunter S. Thompson is the author of that.
Mhm.
Killed himself.
Damn. Sometimes though that doesn't surprise me because the geniuses, bro, the ones who put together those crazy ass scripts, that's often the story. Same with music artists, you know.
Because of the pain.
Yeah, it's crazy, right? Like even like Juice WRLD, one of the best rappers we ever had in like a decade. I mean, who came out since Juice WRLD passed who's better lyrically? I'm waiting. Young Boy, rapping wise, like Young Boy Kodak. No, I'm saying like Young Boy Kodak Black are probably the top right now.
I mean, we don't need to like compare. JID is pretty good, bro.
Okay, I mean, there's like Kendrick and shit like that.
Oh yeah, I mean Kendrick, yeah, he's in it. Go on.
But I'm telling you, right? Like Kendrick, Juice WRLD, generational. Do you not agree? Juice WRLD was one of the best ever.
I mean, I guess I come from a different era. I respect him though.
Oh yeah, because you're like a generation right above me.
Yeah,
Like a decade above me.
And plus, I'm like, I mean, I'm gonna lean towards Kendrick, right? I'm gonna lean towards all Top Dog Entertainment, like now we're getting into the rap shit. Like Draco, I'm gonna lean Draco heavy.
You can't lean Draco over Juice WRLD though.
100%, I would. Bro, I could probably put on.
Bro, that is almost like bad for your reputation. I feel like.
Not me.
No, but
Not
like
me.
you, yeah, sure, clearly, but I think universally, it would be agreed upon.
Cool. I'm from the West. Do
you think
I'll
that?
stand on that, bro. I could play 20 Draco tracks right now, back to back to back to back to back to back.
Well, what does you being? Hold on. What does you being from the West have to do with who's the best music artist ever? Your personal.
Because if I were to throw on a Draco beat and a Draco rhyme compared to a Juice WRLD beat and a Juice WRLD rhyme, I probably couldn't even name one of the producers that Juice WRLD's worked with. I could probably name 10 that Draco's worked with.
But I feel like that's just because you ignore Juice WRLD and like you almost can't even speak.
It's not my It's okay. J. Cole, for example, people love J. Cole. I respect him. I think he's a very talented artist. Juice WRLD, I respect him. I think he's a talented artist. It's just I'm cut from a different cloth.
Okay, I feel like it's pretty universally like even J. Cole and Juice WRLD, it's not even a debate.
All right.
Like Juice WRLD takes the cake.
Hey, I know what to get you for Christmas.
But my point here was, I guess the generational talents pass away early. That's a fucking random ass like tangent we went into because you're talking about the producer of that movie.
R.I.P. Draco.
Hey, somebody says XXX Tentacion was better.
He was pretty up there too.
Oh, Soda Pop says he doesn't like Juice WRLD, but J. Cole fire. Okay. We gotta
Now we got the rap homies. Up on.
Yeah. J. Cole is way better. Soda Pop, you're crazy, bro. I feel like.
Now you got the chat on you, bro.
Yeah, J. Cole's good, but I'm talking like, bro, like those freestyles from Juice WRLD. J. Cole can't do that. I feel like that's how you base it. Like,
okay, I'm not a huge J. Cole fan.
and what's the top J. Cole song, and what's the top Juice WRLD song?
I have no idea.
You take like the top 5 Juice WRLD songs, they probably beat top 5 J. Cole songs.
We could look it up.
Should we look it up? I mean, the boys are in on this debate. Do you know how to do that? Because I'm not like
one thing is, I mean, you could just we can go to YouTube, fucking the first Juice WRLD track that comes up and see how many views it has. That's one way to do it.
Okay, let me go. I think what All Girls All the Same is Juice WRLD's top song, right?
See, I don't even like that song.
But I'm just telling you that's a top song that we got to look at, right?
Yeah, I'm gonna assume. Yeah.
Okay. Do
So,
you know J. Cole's top song by chance or
so
no?
like, okay, let me just say that you know who Young Dolph is, right?
441 million.
You know who Young Dolph is, right?
Yeah.
Young Dolph, bro, probably has more fucking views than Juice World. And I'm not a Young Dolph fan either,
I don't even know if he does. Young Dolph ain't got views like that.
bro. He has billions. I didn't know it until he passed away, and I found out.
Okay, wait, let me look. J. Cole. What's J. Cole's top song? No Role Models? That's like the first thing that just popped up. Or it gotta be No Role Models, right?
So yeah, look at Young Dolph, 3 billion total views.
Where are you finding
Juice
that?
WRLD, it's on their YouTube channel when you go to their like their page.
J. Cole No Role Models, 44 million. Let's just go to J. Cole's. Let's just go to J. Cole's. Let's
so
look at his
Juice
top
double.
views.
He has 7.8 billion.
See.
Oh, we got that. So we know now.
So J. Cole's top song, Middle Child, 338 million. So that he's 100 million below Juice WRLD. Yet Soda Pop thinks Juice WRLD is below my boy.
But I mean, but music is what word do I want to use? It's
Subjective?
you know, yeah, subjective. Yeah.
It's subjective.
I didn't even know, honestly, I didn't even know Juice WRLD had that many.
Yeah.
Honestly. I mean, and more power to him, you know what I mean?
That's what I'm saying. Like, I'm a fan of Juice WRLD, but let's put it like this. I'm talking like Juice WRLD's my favorite, right? He's not my favorite. Like, I like Young Boy, Kodak Black, Jada Youngin. Like, I like different shit. But I'm just saying, like, I'm taking everything out of it, like subjectivity out of it, as far as my personal preferences. Like, the freestyles from Juice WRLD, I mean, bro, like,
I'm gonna have to go back and check it out because I never really tapped in like that with them.
I think you'll appreciate it, bro. Check out, just type in Juice WRLD freestyles, man.
All right, I love music, so
Yeah.
okay. So here's I think one of them brought up Triple X.
Yeah.
11 billion total, 11.9 billion total. So he has Juice WRLD beat.
Yeah, X is one of the best too.
Interesting.
He passed away too. Unfortunately, he got killed though.
Yep.
But it's crazy, man. The geniuses, they're always gone too soon.
Well, you know, and it's interesting too because I keep circling around this and like I've been doing a lot of like reflection. This all starts, bro. When you look at all of this, it starts with the pain, bro. We're all covering the pain in one way or another, and until you find that, these are the results that you're gonna get, And all these guys that we're talking about, especially the ones that took themselves. I mean, dude, you could do Kurt Cobain. You know what I mean? Like that's the underlying pain that has not been answered, resolved, looked at, ran away from, and the ultimate thing is that you take your life. Dude, fucking Anthony Bourdain. You would look at Anthony Bourdain and thought he had everything in the world on TV, cooking show, traveling. On the outside looking in, like, wow, I want that. Down deep, the homie was hurting. Down deep, Juice WRLD was hurting.
Mm-hmm. You got to find that self-fulfillment. I was thinking about something actually. Shout out Tyler Betts. He says Juice WRLD and X same age as me. Yay to GOAT. Okay. Shout out all the boys. R.I.P. Bourdain. Let's go. Damn, I think I just skipped the thought. You're saying Bourdain, right? And who else did you say?
Juice WRLD. Oh, Kurt Cobain.
Oh shit, I kind of forget. Oh, this is what I was gonna say.
Right.
This is what I was gonna say. It goes both ways. I think that it's crazy because everything that you want in the world, it's like it seems like it all works against you. Like when you say like you're chasing like highs and stuff like that, that's what everybody wants. You know what I mean? It's kind of crazy. It like works against them. Like it kind of like makes them lose their life. Or when you look at other things like chasing materialistic things, this is like something I've been thinking about. When you're always chasing materialistic things, like I feel like that even messes with, like think about this little comparison. Materialism, you always want the better thing, right? Like a car. Like if you feel less than, right, when you have a Honda Civic and then somebody pulls up to you in a BMW. So like I think that's why relationships don't work out a lot of times too, is because we're so ingrained, like even when it comes to materialistic things, like to feel less than if you don't have something better. So then, like, let's say you have a partner, and then a hotter chick walks by. I mean, if you want the nicer car, then you definitely want the hotter chick too. So I don't know. It's just like there's so many temptations in the world, and it seems to really go against like making you happy. But then nobody's happy in the
living this.
But then, just to cap it off, nobody's really happy in their own skin. That's why it kind of forces them to buy new things, chase that new thing, or chase that high or something like that. It's super weird. Because it is kind of boring being sober. I think you and I could both agree with that. You know, but then, if you're not okay with being bored and sober, or like, not materialistic, then like, you're always chasing stuff and it's a never-ending fucking cycle.
Okay, I'm gonna break it down for you. Because I'm literally going through it. And I've told you a little bit, 2 months sober, trying to go on 3, and I look at it. I actually, all of this comes. What did you say?
He goes, "Come on, bro! I'm whipping the Honda Civic Hybrid."
Hey, my guy, that's what's up.
Hey, bro. Hey, that's how it is, though. That's how it is. You know what I'm talking about, Tyler? When that Beamer pulls up next to you.
I'll tell you this, bro. I'm almost like literally going through what I'm going through right now. I with the consumption and the 24-hour fast and not drinking anymore, and I haven't even drank sugar all week.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't smoked. I fucking ate like the smallest breakfast and the smallest lunch today, and because it's the pain and it's the consumption. Because I literally wrote this down the other day. What happens in our life, bro, is like we are walking around with pain, right? The immediate behavior pattern for most of us is you push it down and like, all right, and you get something to feel good. That could be alcohol, and for me it was at the highest level because I'm an addict. Alcohol, drugs, sex, those are the top euphorias that you can get to try to get rid of the pain, right? When you become a drug addict, though, the euphoria of the drugs and the downfall is so hard. Like it's the worst thing in the world. The alcohol is pretty bad too. Now the sex is pretty good because it feels so good. But what you just said, you could have the hottest girl in the world, bro, and you could eventually be like, it's not fulfilling me anymore. And so what are you doing? You're going to A, B, and C. Now you're cheating on her. Now you're doing this. What are you trying to do? You're trying to fill a void. The void typically stems from pain. But if in your whole life, all you've done is push down the pain, and that's what I have done my whole life. Anything it could be small or big, bro. A big thing happened, trauma happened, this happened from who knows what age. And when my mom passed away, I realized I can't run from this one. I have to deal with it, or I will eventually either kill. I'm not going to say that, but something detrimental could happen if I don't handle this now. And so what you're talking about is the consumption, right? And we're talking about all the feel-good sensors. I want X because it's gonna make me feel better. I want the new car because it's gonna make me feel better. You will keep chasing and chasing and chasing because every time you get X, oh, but now I want this. Oh, but now I want this. Oh, but now I want the, and so for me, being able to take a step back from all of it, from the food, dude, just from the food and the sugar, the alcohol, we talked about this, the corn, all of these things have tested me, testing me. Let me rephrase that: testing me to have to face all of these other things. And now I'm realizing that happiness that we're putting on this pedestal of what we want to feel, it's all a mirage.
It's like the key is wanting nothing.
To an extent, right? And to me, I went so left, bro. Like I've been feeling some very intense, deep pain, and I'm trying to sort of like, why? And it's because I'm not resulting in my old behavior patterns. My old behavior patterns, like, oh, I'm gonna go get drunk. Oh, I'm gonna go to the homies. We're gonna go do this. We're gonna go to a music festival. I'm gonna go smoke. I'm gonna go hang out with this chick. And it was crazy because like the other day too, I was with this chick and I was like, this. After I nutted, I was like, the pain is still there. That was a temporary Band-Aid, but you would think you would feel so great You would think, oh man, I'm fucking fine. I'm feeling great. But eventually, after all of that suppression of the pain, you're going to be right back at point zero if you don't answer that question. And the minute you start answering that question and you start feeling the contentness in you, you start feeling the inner peace in you, you stop chasing everything. I'm telling you, bro, next time you see me, I'm gonna become a minimalist, bro. Honestly, it's the first time ever in my life, I don't need nothing.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever I have right now, I am 100% fine with it.
No, that's fine.
The only thing I would like to get rid of is the pain.
Yeah, well, I guess maybe that's what's gonna come. Shit.
I know it's around the corner, and I know my next project, and I think you've kind of seen, like, where I've been at is I just want to help others heal, and I think that helps me heal in turn too, because we're all going through something, man. We all are.
Yeah. Shout out to Soda Pop. He goes, very inspiring. I'm going through something semi-similar. So,
man,
bro, the homies can relate. The homies can relate for sure.
Yeah, reach out to us on Twitter, man. DM me. Like, I really want to be able to help some of the homies. And I will say this, the minute you start avoiding some of these distractions, like I told you, bro, I don't put it on the TV in the morning no more.
Mm-hmm.
It's all bullshit. It's all noise. It's all distracting me from trying to get to the core of this.
Trying to, like, facilitate your thoughts, right? Like, organize them.
Because you can go on scroll like, oh, look at him, I want that. Oh, I want this, I want that. Oh, I want to go do. It's like we're on a hamster wheel, bro. And we're just like this.
Mm-hmm.
You got to unplug from the matrix a little bit to realize where you're really at.
No, you're 100% right.
To create the awareness, just to create the awareness.
Mm-hmm.
And you really don't drink and shit. So like you're it's funny. Someone gave me shit the other day and it's like, and I told him, you know what? I agree with you. You're right, bro. I can't preach to you. You don't drink. You don't get drunk. You don't do drugs. I was like, I'm night and day from you. I did consumption at such an extreme level that I had to take a hard look.
Mm-hmm.
Or I'm gonna. I don't know. Who knows what could happen? I mean, I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, I was doing pretty good, but it was a facade.
But now, you really locked in. So shout out to you. We can't celebrate yet until you tell me we can celebrate, because you got more work to do, right? More work to do.
Oh, 100%. But we'll celebrate with some push-ups.
All right, hell yeah.
We'll celebrate with like maybe a nice cookout, like, but with some good food.
Hell yeah.
That I'll do.
Okay, I guess last topic of the day.
Learning how to replace it with healthy habits.
Yeah, that's always a good one. Healthy habits. Long walks, hit the gym, have some silence, maybe read some books.
Shout out to Sean O'Malley.
Maybe read some books.
Yeah, and books. And shout out to Sean O'Malley. I'll never forget he said something. Positive routine, healthy habits. I'm going to get right back on that when he lost to Marab the first time. I was like, ooh, I like that, bro. Yeah. I never forgot that.
You got to be in your daily routine. Daily routine's a must. Now we're gonna go from let's go 2 topics. We'll finish it off on something less of interest. This can be as quick as it is. Darren Till, Luke Rockhold, they're fighting this weekend. You also got Salt Poppy and what's his name? Tony Ferguson. So I'm gonna just say this. I'm going Darren Till and Salt Poppy.
I'll go Luke then.
Okay, you go Luke.
Yeah, just because I know you're boys.
I'm boys with who? Darren Till?
No, Luke Rockhold.
Oh yeah. Because he's from fucking SoCal. He'd be stealing the ladies out here. And then what? You got Salt Poppy or Tony Ferguson?
I'll take Tony.
You take Tony?
He's gonna finally get a win. He's gonna finally get a win.
Fuck no, I don't think he's getting the win.
He's gonna finally get a win, bro.
Okay.
You know what I was thinking the other day is like, imagine Brian Battle loses in his first fight in that other organization.
Yeah, a lot of people are hyping up Brian Battles and dirty boxing, bro. It's like, that's not something I watch.
Hell no, bro. No, that fall off is crazy.
I don't like to watch these things where like UFC fighters get cut from the UFC, and then like I don't like to watch the promotions that sign them necessarily.
I mean, honestly, I think he could have gone into the PFL. He could have been a champion in the PFL. The dude's good. It's not that he's not good.
No, he's not. It's not that he's not good. It's just like all these other promotions. It's like I don't even want to watch him fight them.
Yeah, yeah. See, if he would have gone into PFL, I probably low key would have fight because I think he could have won the belt quick.
Yeah.
I
never
don't know.
like any UFC fighter who
would he have-
leaves, I never really watch.
But would he have made weight?
We'll see. The guy's crazy. Let me see. Oh, I thought this was a funny comment because earlier I said you probably just like if you like always upgrading like materialism, right? Then you're probably gonna be that way with your relationship too, because like looks is the same thing as like a nicer car, right? And then Soda Pop goes, "I just go for whichever girl is Asian."
My guy.
But Soda Pop, what happens when a hotter Asian comes by next to your girl? Then what you gonna do? I guess you gotta be content. You can't be looking over the fence. Grass is greener. You can't be doing that. Gotta treat your girl like a queen or something. Okay. This is the last thing I'll say, and you're gonna love this topic probably because this is just what I always go to, and it's a guy who I love to hate.
Okay.
Can you guess the name? One guess.
Who do you always get on?
There's like probably 3 guys who like if you ever say their name, I'm like, ugh.
God, who were we just yelling at the other week about?
I'll give you one hint. He is a fighter of Eric Nixick.
Not Sean Strickland. The guy that just fought?
No. Dan Ige.
Oh, your boy. Okay.
Dan Ige. Now, Dan Ige, this is just what I've been telling you about, and like, I feel like a hater already, but I don't give a fuck. I'm gonna say it anyway. Again, it's just like, this is where I'm coming from, so hear me out before I even introduce this topic. The image of UFC fighters, right? It's like, Dan Ige is out here making self-help videos now. Like, bro, you're a UFC fighter. Like, you're not a mental coach. Like, this stuff frustrates me more than anything. When, like, these guys try to, like, I don't know, become famous when you're already famous for something. Like, you're already famous for fighting. But you're starting, like, a new self-help vlog thinking, like, I don't know, this is going to take you to 1 million? Like, what the fuck? Like, it's just so frustrating to me. And then, like, why are you doing this? Because, like, you need a way of making money. You don't make enough money in the UFC. Like, we don't see any boxers doing this. No boxer, mid-fucking boxing career, just decides, I'm going to be a self-help coach.
And like, self-help, like
today's topic, how do you deal with anxiety walking to the cage? Today's topic. Bro, get the fuck off my feed. Like, I'm so, like, why? I almost can't even put it to words. It's just like, why do you think that, like, anybody wants to hear that? Like, we follow you for fighting. We would follow mental coaches for being a mental coach. But these fighters always want to, like, pivot. They always want to pivot off the thing that they're supposed to be the fucking best at. Like, just tell me you don't want to be a fighter then. Tell me you don't like this shit. Or something like that. Tell me you don't feel like you're the best and you're trying to move on to a new career path. But stop selling me both. Because you're going to turn around, right? Your next fight, when you sit in that chair and the camera's on you, UFC camera's on you, you're going to be like fucking... Who did it recently? You're going to be like... Who just lost? You're going to be like Jeff Neal. You're going to be like Jeff Neal, sitting in that camera, promoting your fight, being like, 1 win here and I'm up for the title shot. And I'm up for the title shot. But then you're on your Instagram doing your plan B, your little self-help journey.
Did Dan Ige lose his last fight?
I think he might have lost his last fight, but he lost it to what's his name? I don't fucking know. I don't pay too much attention to his fighting. But my main thing is like,
you're like, I don't pay too much to his fighting, and I don't pay attention to his self-help shit.
Not to his self-help shit, but it's just because. It's these gimmicks, man. It's these gimmicks. What did he do when he took the fight on 24 hours notice? He makes shirts and all this shit, like, and then he's driving in a car, like.
If it's genuine and he's just trying to help people, I get that. You know what I mean? So like, I'm gonna come from the other side.
Okay, that's fine. That's fine because we need both sides.
I mean, and maybe I might be in a healthy, like, mental health place right now too. So maybe I have to watch one of them to kind of see where we're really at. Because, if he can use a platform to help people that are going through mental health or going through fighting things. Now, if he's trying to set up like, I don't know, self-help seminars and, he's trying to do like the next Tony Robbins.
Come on,
like
bro. That's
maybe,
what he's trying to be.
Yeah, I have to, I got to check it.
Well, I'm going to play it for you right now.
All right. I mean, but I'm more in a positive.
So my wrestling coach in college, Jim Miller, we called him Millboy, used to tell us it is irrelevant on how you feel. You do it anyway, man. And what he meant by that is some days you're going to wake up, feel great, feel excited, feel motivated, and you're going to want to get after it. But other days, and for me, most days, I wake up sore, tired, and I just don't want to do anything. And in my opinion, that's the most important time to just shut up your mind and you do it anyways. How many times you do something that you don't want to do, and once you do it, you feel so much better. And that's the case for most instances. And,
this is mornings outside of fight camp. Outcomes versus performance.
But I love that.
In this case, we're talking about outcomes versus performance. There's a lot of pressure when it comes to fight week. Obviously, everyone and your mom is asking, do you think you're going to win this fight? Do you feel ready? And of course, I think I'm going to win. I want to win. I've done everything in the last 8-10 weeks to prepare to win, and I don't. The question is, how do I feel the morning after a loss?
Now, I know I'm probably a hater here, but I'm going to stand on being a hater and just say my underlying thought, and I get it's easy, you could just easily go against it, which is fine. So you're more than welcome to. But my I guess it just reeks like of being broke. It just reeks of being broke or wanting attention. Like everybody who goes on social media, right? We all know it's to fill some type of void, I guess you could say. And like, bro, if you have $1 million, you're not gonna be fucking putting that out there.
I would say this: if it comes from, if that comes from a grain of, hey, I genuinely want to help people out there. I have a platform. I want to use it. If that's the cloth that it's coming from, I'm all for it, right? If behind the seat it's a facade and it's not genuine and it's not real, I don't know either one. I can't put a lot of weight to it yet. Then yeah, I agree with you. That's slimy. You know what I mean? So
I'm not even calling it slimy though. I just feel like it's, like I said, it reeks of being broke. Like it gives broke. Like everybody.
You feel like it's desperate.
I feel like this is no different than like somebody with no followers starting an Instagram from scratch, trying to like, with their new niche. But this is my thing. It's like, you're a fighter, bro. Like, I don't know. Like imagine if this, right? I created my whole following off of this. And then like, I just make a 180. I know you're giving advice on like fighter stuff, but it's just like, you're not even retired. You're an active fighter. It's just, it frustrates me, man. It frustrates me.
Well, I would say this, like, I know parts of me like have used some of our platform to kind of like talk about some mental health, but I think I've been saying, hey, this is where we want to go. Like, I've been like saying this, it just doesn't, it's not coming out of nowhere. So I don't know if he like a year ago has always been kind of talking like this. I've never really been like on Dan Ige's like, thing. Or if just one day he woke up and like all of a sudden this is the content we're getting.
No, this is the content we're getting. It's like a new thing.
All right. So I mean, I don't know. There's two sides of a coin, right? It could be where it's always been in him and he finally wants to get it out and he got a loss and like, these things he's trying to help himself get through it. I think that you're a hard critic. Because you judge fighters because you see things and you kind of like, man, you kind of want to like say, hey, if we did this would probably help you get to where you need to be. Like, you know what I mean? I like how you do talk about, hey, some fighters like, hey, we need to like I think it was Corey Sandhagen you kind of threw under the bus, right?
A little bit, but I try not to hate too much. I just don't like the gimmick too much of like the satire.
Oh, your boy Sean Brady. That's okay. Yeah. That's who, like, I know you like to try to, like, when he gets up on the social, like, dude, what are we doing? You
No.
get that on a lot of fighters. What
okay.
are we doing?
No, okay, so let me say this, right? I've told you, it almost speaks to my point in the past. Maybe this will explain it a little bit more. I've said, right, all we want to see is fucking training footage. Like, that's pretty much all we want to see. And, like, fighters will do everything but post that. What is Dan Ige doing? Like, this is how you're going to generate views for your fight or something? Like, that. See what I'm trying to say? Like, how does this... Like, you have a career path. You have a career path. I don't give a fuck about... Because you even said this, right? I don't give a fuck how you feel your moral compass is to send your... To, like, create your platform, right? I don't give a fuck about that. You already are in a career path. Like,
right. You're already in the UFC.
Like, to be like, oh, this is how I want to use my platform. No. Your platform, you should already know how you want to use your platform to generate more views for your fights.
Yeah.
So like, to be like, oh, I want to use my platform to do some self-help stuff. In my opinion, bro, just promote your fights. Like, just promote your fights. How is this? You always have to answer yourself this question. How is putting this out gonna draw more viewers to my fights? It's not. You're the same guy who, like, won't... This is the thing, like, these guys... It's just frustrating to me because it's like... These guys won't even sit, like, talk shit. You know, they just are, like... boring.
I'll say this.
Boring.
See, I'm always in the long game, right? If Dan Ige still having the same, you know, attitude and talk in a year from now, I'm all in. If this is just a phase, you know, I'm gonna be like, all right, whatever.
Okay, I guess.
But I could be in a different headspace right now, you know, too. So.
Yeah. My thing. I just really don't. I'm trying to bite my fucking tongue, bro. I'm trying to bite my fucking tongue right now.
Shout out to Dan Ige.
I'm thinking about how to say what I want to say.
Please come on the show.
I feel like you guys, like, you UFC fighters, man, like, selfish, man. You think your shit don't stink, man. Like,
I don't even know where to go from there.
like,
I think that's
hang on. Let me just facilitate this real quick. Yeah, I guess just that video, it just kind of shows to me, like, because you know how I say things like everything in timing, right? Everything in timing. Right before this show started, you're like, it would be cool to get guests on this show, and then I'm like, yeah, but I want to be able to give them something. Like, I don't want them just to come on and then, like, they don't get a lot of attention from it. You know, I want us to be, like, have some validity in the right timing, so it's
a win-win.
So it's worth everybody's time. You know, it's just like a lot of the timings, like, you're in a time to make the most of your career. And I see a lot of these guys, like, start backing out of their career and working on their next career path.
True.
And it's just
almost like you're waving the white flag.
That's my thing. Like,
I get that.
So it's just like, I just wish you guys were really, like, what you sell. Like, I guess that's what I'm trying to say. Like, you guys aren't cool just because you go and fight. Like, you're not. I wish you guys would be like what you sell. Like, you're a UFC fighter. You know what I mean? You're like a badass. But, like, you can't even post training footage because it would fucking give up your gimmick. It would expose that you're not as good as 90% of the guys. I don't know. I guess that's my thing. Like, you guys don't act like fighters. Like, Nate Diaz, Conor McGregor, Joaquin Buckley. You know, even like a guy like Kamaru Usman, right? Here, see, look at Kamaru Usman. This man, shout out Kamaru. His fight with Joaquin, training camp episodes 1 through like 8 weeks out, dropping, or however weeks out from the fight it got announced. That week drops a training vlog. Next week drops a training vlog every Sunday. You know what I mean? Like, this is what we want to see. You could talk about all that shit in there. Dan Ige, tell us the morning of your training camp vlog.
I see what you're saying. You can mix that in with the content.
Yes, but you guys are just coming on Instagram like trying to be a new Instagram personality, and I'm fucking sick of it. Stop trying to become like that's what it's just like. You guys are just coming in trying to like fucking leech off the UFC. You give it nothing. You give the UFC fucking nothing, right? And now you're coming on here trying to like use everything that UFC gave you and put it into something different. Like, bro, everything that they gave you for all those followers, for all their fucking hard work, you're just like, you don't do shit for them. Like I just said, you don't even tailor your content to get views for your fights. Like Kamaru Usman did with Joaquin Buckley. You don't do shit for them. And they give you so much shit, and then you just take that and you want to like do it for yourself or something like that. Like, that's what I'm trying to say. Like, Kamaru Usman has the idea, like, let's get views for my fight. These guys are like, oh my god, I got all these followers, I'm famous now, what to do? Fucking give back to the UFC. Make yourself a worth in the UFC. Make yourself undeniable to the UFC.
I can't wait for this Marab and Corey Sandhagen skits that are about to go back and forth.
But these guys take the low-hanging fruit, which is like, oh, I'm going to take a fight on 2 days' notice.
Do you like all these new Sean O'Malley videos?
Name one. Because it's 50-50. I don't like Sean really.
I don't like any of them.
I just like serious stuff, bro. I just like serious stuff.
If I was Sean O'Malley, I'd be dropping. I see. It's funny because I can use Sean O'Malley as an example on this. I want to see just like, I'm so fucking locked in. I can't afford to lose this next fight. That's the only thing I see from him.
Yeah.
But I'm getting all this other weird shit.
I mean, I like how he admits like he wasn't really acting like himself and he wanted to be like McGregor. I like that.
Okay.
I respect that.
I like that too. I respect that.
But when he trolls with his training and stuff, I'm not really a fan.
Yeah, no, 100%. Get your locks in. See, like, and it's funny too with his locks and his prize picks. It's almost like you're in. I gotta go in a little bit too, but
yeah, no, I just realized we hit 2 hours on this, so we could wrap it up now.
Prize picks probably paid him a lot of money, and you're going off 2 losses. They're trying to get as much as they can out of you. Oh, he gets one more loss. Woo. Those
Who?
4 million. Those 4. Sean O'Malley.
Oh yeah.
Those 4 million followers are gonna be running to the next fighter.
Yeah.
All your fan base just ran to this other guy.
I feel
because that's the game.
That's the game, and I think what happens
There's
is
no
sometimes
loyalty to it.
I think maybe once that happens, like that pivotal point that you just say, I think that's when they start to realize like, oh shoot, maybe I should start like pivoting into like a new career path. But I don't know. It's just like lay low, bro. Just like, I don't know, man. I feel like there's a few guys in the sport who have done it right, and it's really not that hard. Like if I was a fighter,
be done. But like, it goes back to what you said. John Jones doesn't have a YouTube channel.
That's my point, though, right?
Habib doesn't have a YouTube channel.
So why are like these fighters, right? If you're trying to be the best and you're trying to figure out and model yourself after the best who have ever done it, why are you doing stuff the best who have ever done it haven't done? You know, why do you think Kamaru Usman posted training footage? Because clearly Kamaru Usman looked up to the best guys who have done it, and he sees that's what you do. He sees that he's in the business of selling tickets, so he's selling tickets. He's creating his own platform that the UFC gave him, right? Made a YouTube channel. He's building it together with the UFC. You know? And so Kamaru gets it, but I think a lot of these guys don't get it, so I guess we can leave it at that.
And not everybody's going to get it.
Not everybody's going to get it,
That's human nature, bro. That's human nature.
That is human nature, and you know, I would say this, it's pretty similar in this field too. You know, there's probably a handful of people in media, right, who are actually making the right steps, right, to grow their name, And I think a lot of people in media almost think that they already know it all.
That's your, yeah.
I'm not gonna say any.
And that's funny because that's like a rapper too, bro. Like, I can't tell you the amount of rappers I know that like, oh, you made it, huh? Because you got 1 million views on YouTube. You made it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And so it's like nobody. But
there's levels to this shit.
yeah, but just advice to the fighters out there: if your favorite fighter isn't doing that shit, then like, okay, look at Max Holloway. Every time he gets a fight booked, boom, episode 1 drops, episode 2, episode 3. Last time I'll say it, man. Last time I'll say it. If you guys want to keep wasting your time, just waste your time. But it's the blueprint's out there for the best fighters. Like, it's already out there. So, like, I don't know why you think that you can come in and, like, make it all different when you haven't accomplished much.
Right.
Like,
winning's everything in that sport.
All right, boys. That's the stream.
Win, you can do whatever the fuck you.
All right, boys.